CCIW men's basketball game is between the Augustana College Vikings and your North Central College Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I ask that you please rise. Kindly remove all hats, face the flag above the west end of the court as we join the North Central College Athletic Band, honoring America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, visiting Vikings from Augustana College. Starting on the guard line, a 6'1" sophomore for 14, Roman Eagle. A 6'2" sophomore guard, number 20, Krishan Orange. A 6'3" junior guard, number 30, Dylan Sortillo. At center, a 6'10" freshman, number 44, Michael Martin. And the other guard, a 6'5" senior, number 45, Jacob Johnston. The Vikings are coached by Ray Giovanni, assisted by Tom Jesse, Dallas Dua, and Mark Robb. And now, the starting lineup for your North Central College Cardinals. At one guard, a 6' senior from Springfield, number 10, Jagger Anderson. A 6'3" sophomore guard from Freeport, number 11, Aiden Chang. A 6'1" freshman guard from South Holland, number 22, Nick Chambers. A 6'2" junior guard from Chicago, number 34, Erwin Henry. And from Dunlap, a 6'8" junior forward, number 44, Alex Sorensen. The Cardinals are coached by Todd Redding, assisted by Steve Schreier, Aaron Tickness, and Vince Kamek. The faculty mentors are John Manormo and Dr. John Mueller.
It's a CCIW battle here on NCTV 17 tonight. The Augustana Vikings invade Gregory Arena to take on the North Central College Cardinals in a battle of unranked but aspiring to be ranked teams. Hello, welcome. I'm Kevin Jackman. Alongside me, Joe Olmo this evening, and it should be a tremendous basketball game between two teams that, when the season began, were in the conversation as national contenders for the title. But over the last few weeks, a couple of disappointing losses for both teams. Out of the rankings, they have fallen. 8-4 for the Cardinals, 9-3 for the Vikings. So a lot of intensity expected to be in this game for these two teams, Joe.
When you need to get a win, especially right out of the gate, 2017, you want to start off hot. Obviously, what happened at the end of last year, 2016 calendar year, doesn't matter anymore. You want to start basically 2017 fresh.
Augustana has won the opening tip. Starting lineup, Nolan Abel, a sophomore guard, possesses the basketball first. You heard the starting lineups announced by the PA man, Lucas Mitzel, here inside Gregory Arena a moment ago. Kicked out into the hands of Krishan Orange. And now it's outside with Dylan Sortillo, the team's leading scorer, 14.5 a game. And he puts in the first 2 points of the night as it's 2-0 Vikings early on. Cardinals have had to compensate a little bit for some injuries this season as Alex Sorensen skips one up and underneath the rim. And now the Vikings race the other way. Kicked out and a spot up three taken by Orange. And the rebound tracked down by Micah Martin, a 6'10" freshman. The Cardinals dealing with injuries, and the primary one, Connor Reardon, a broken hand. He's been out for about 5 weeks now. Should be back hopefully in the next week or two, but he's still donning a cast on that wrist of his as he sits on the bench right now. Martin underneath, goes off the glass. Good defense by Sorensen, and it's knocked out of bounds by Martin, who can't get up and over this 6'8" Sorensen.
Yeah, you mentioned Reardon. I got a chance to see him before the game here. He seems to be in pretty good spirits, even though he's not playing right now. Obviously, being the coach's son, he knows the game. He understands that where his position is on the team, and that's to be a captain regardless on the court or not.
Vikings with full court press and a goaltending called on Martin. And absolutely going berserk is Gray Giovanni on the Augustana bench. He thought that was a clean block by Martin. The referees thought the ball had already touched the backboard.
It was really close. It definitely was close. You know, the fact that the ball was in the air, it might have been at the very top coming down. That's where the refs decided that it was good. And you get the goaltending call in your favor for the Cardinals.
Sortillo with the basketball, dishes off. Already a substitution being made into the game is Jacob Johnston. That's outside. Now down low. Sorensen holds his ground. Ball finally pulled down by Erwin Henry after the miss by Jake Johnston. That one's thrown out of bounds and into the Augustana coach's hands as he's still talking about that goaltending call with the far side referee.
Yeah, I would assume that you're going to see a little bit more of that with Johnston, trying to play a little bit of switch and get the smaller Jagger Anderson on him down low. Erwin Henry has the size to match up with him, but if they can switch off like they did right here with Chang, you're going to see a lot of mismatches in their favor.
Three taken, a bell, and he finds the bottom of the net to give the Vikings the lead once again. No full court press here for the Vikings. The Cardinals get it across the timeline with ease. 2.5 by Augustana with a 3-point lead. There's the freshman, Nick Chambers, with the answer. Can't connect. Sorensen off the glass and good. Martin again slamming his palm up against the glass, but a little too late.
Martin is a big boy, so good to see Sorensen getting that ball out of his hands real quick underneath. And he needs to get going early, get some confidence. We've seen him recently in some games where he just loses that confidence and his touch is just off where it's underneath or from three-point line. So for him to get that easy layup really is going to help him along the way early in this game.
17:30 first half. Cardinals trail by 1, 5-4 to the Vikings. Into the game, A.J. Dolmeyer. Hands off, a bell drives baseline. Dishes into the lane, Sortillo off the glass with the left hand, and it's good.
Defense falling asleep, just watching the ball there. You get an easy bucket.
A bell with the foul as Jagger Anderson kicked it into high gear. And that's the ability of Jagger Anderson to turn the corner and accelerate, leaving the defender in the dust.
We haven't seen much of that this year so far in the early season, and I think he needs to really step up his game as a leader as well as the point guard of this team.
Chambers, foot on the line, into the crux of the rim, no good. Chambers came on in style 3 consecutive double-digit scoring games when he was inserted into the rotation, as Aiden Chang skies for the rebound to pull it down. The freshman, and typically freshmen don't make much of an impact on a Todd Reardon-led team. He's been a tremendous scoring threat for the Cardinals of late, and they've desperately needed it with Derek Reardon, or rather Connor Reardon, injured with that broken hand.
And what you like to see is, even though he's missed those first 2 shots, him go.
There's a turnover into the open court of Bell as Erwin Henry will draw the foul as he slid up and underneath.
As I was saying, yeah, it's nice to see Chambers, go ahead and shoot those threes. A little bit off on both of them, but you see the confidence that he's going to go ahead and pull up and not worry about getting pulled because of a bad shot. So for him to be able to go up and shoot the way he's shooting already early in the game, he's going to make some shots down the line here, and you just like to see that he hasn't lost that confidence, especially after the first one.
A Bell hits the first free throw. He's a Denver, Colorado native.
I don't see many of that in Illinois.
By far the longest distance from hometown to school on either team. In fact, the Cardinals don't have a single player outside of Illinois. Matt Capoletti checks in, and he's been another scoring threat for the Cardinals. Playing meaningful minutes. Augustana opening up a 9-4 lead, 16:20 to play as Capoletti has it, top of the lane, goes behind the back, and now it's a back out. Down low, Sorensen works against Dolmeyer, swung around the hole, and it's going to be 3 attempt by Erwin Henry, batted into the hands of Pearson Wofford, who just checked in. 3, way off the mark, and Sortillo misses by a wide margin. That doesn't happen very often for him.
Not at all.
Cardinals come in 2-1 in the conference, as does Augustana. Cardinals one loss coming to Carthage. They've also beaten Illinois Wesleyan and Milliken. Jagger Anderson breaks the full court press all by his lonesome. Sorensen faces up, now kicks it out to Erwin Henry. Into the corner, Capoletti a 3. Off the front of the rim, deflects into the hands of Sortillo. One-man wrecking crew into the lane, and he's stuffed by Capoletti, pulls it down himself, and nearly loses it off the baseline, gives it up. Krishan Orange out of the basket, blocked by Capoletti again. Pushed ahead, Jagger Anderson into the lane, sidesteps off the glass, no good. Board Alex Sorensen outside Henry, and the Cardinals will slow it down. Pass deflected into the hands of Abel. He takes it, Capoletti the foul. Count the bucket and 1 for Abel.
And that just got Augies really fired up. For the fact that they were able to, Capoletti gets the block, going the other way, cannot capitalize. Then another steal for Augustana, and the crowd here from Rock Island is rocking in Gregory Arena.
Huge contingency of Viking fans in attendance tonight here inside Gregory Arena. It's almost as if
it's not a
split.
4-hour drive.
It's blue and yellow to the left of us. It's red and black to the right. Packed house here at North Central.
Well, again, we talked about it at the very outset of this game, how big of a game this is for the CCIW conference. When you look at the standings, Augustana second in the conference behind North Central, is 4th in the conference. Obviously, both teams at 2-1, but with Augustana having a better overall record, they're going to be a little bit higher in the standings. But this is a big one if you want to get yourself in a position to make a run late in the season, especially for the Cardinals not having too many home games left in the year.
Talked about it off the top, the fact that both of these teams were ranked inside the top 25 to start the year. You add in Illinois Wesleyan, those were 3 teams that were expected to be in the national landscape for the duration of the season. They have all dropped out, and a team that was unranked to start the year, North Park, has now moved all the way up to number 10. And guess who comes to town on Saturday? North Park.
That'll be, obviously these 2 games are huge for North Central.
Capoletti slides into the lane and he gets himself a bucket. First of the night, 2 points off the bench for the freshman. Cardinals cut the deficit to 6. Here's Orange, jumper from the elbow. And the offensive board put up and in by Pearson Wofford. That'll get the blood boiling for the Cardinal bench.
Well, there was no box out whatsoever there. You guys, when the guys all just turn and look at the basket and not look for their man, you're going to find somebody coming in easy for that little bunny off the backboard.
Erwin Henry with the turnaround. Alex Sorensen the offensive rebound, and he gets fouled going back up. So the foul will be drawn by Brett Benning. So Sorensen will go to the line for a pair, down 14-6.
Now, it's not a telling stat early in this game, but when North Central is out-rebounding Augie 9-6, you'd like to be able to use that to your advantage, get yourself extra opportunities to score. 3-2 in the offensive rebounds, you got to be able to take that and do something with it. And Cardinals just haven't been able to in the early going.
Sorensen splits a pair. So the Vikings are once again doubling up the Cardinals 14-7 with 14-18 to play here in the first half. Abel near side against Anderson. Gets the screen. Down low to Wolford. Pump fake. And a traveling violation on Wolford. Stutter stepped into the lane. Nice job by the Cardinals to swarm the ball handler.
Well, again, that's a size mismatch for Wolford being 6'4" underneath. You're going to have a couple guys coming down, especially with Connor Raritan being out. If we don't factor in the height, that Raritan comes in with at 6'6", excuse me. You have a much smaller lineup without him on the court.
Capoletti far side. Down low, Sorensen working against the freshman Martin. Kicks it out. Swung around, Chang to the corner. Anderson with the pump fake. Slides into the lane, left-handed shot left short. The board almost thrown away on the outlet pass. And a block for the Cardinals. Aiden Chang playing that perfectly. And a skip pass out to Erwin Henry, lays it up. Oh, but an offensive foul.
I'm not sure if I agree with that. It looked like the Augie defender was late getting over. He kind of just leaned into it. I thought Henry did a great job of avoiding the contact, in my opinion, but refs didn't see it that way. What I liked on the defensive side there was, Abel's going for that Euro step. He tried that once, got, past with the contact and the layup. This time, was it Capoletti?
That was Aiden Chang with the block.
Exactly. My mistake. With the block there, he just went straight up. It was really nice to see that.
Board stripped away from Sorensen underneath, and a foul called against the Cardinals. Nick Chambers and Erwin Henry are both on the bench. Henry with 2 fouls, as Sorensen just picked up his first. And now Jack Bronick has emerged from off the bench. He'll wait at the scores table. Off the bench is Tommy Koth. First free throw is good for Brett Benny. And Sorensen will take a seat. Benning drains a pair.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 22, Nick Chambers.
And Nick Chambers will come back in. Try and stir in some instant offense. Jagger Anderson to the bench. Go ahead, Joe.
Excuse me, sorry about that, Kevin. But Cardinals are going to have to also find a way to play a little bit more disciplined. Right now, 5 fouls for the North Central. Augie with only 2, so you don't want to get yourself into too much foul trouble early on. As I say that, I'll
make that 3.
Yeah. But you don't want to start giving them easy foul shots going to the bonus right away. I mean, we're only a few minutes into this game still. And, 5 fouls is a lot to put yourself in a bad position.
Capoletti looking for Chambers outside instead to Chang. Chang looking for a screen from Bronick, goes against the grain. And outside to Tommy Koth. Hops into the lane, outside Chang. He'll drive, stops, pops, and the little bunny shot is off the mark, and a foul on Bronick, pushing off underneath. Emerging of late has been Aiden Chang, and he was very quiet early in the season, only a 19-point effort against Aurora. That was his only game in double figures through the first 6. But in his last 6, he's been in double figures for 5 of those, including a 26-point effort against Wheaton from Massachusetts. An offensive foul called on Lucas Simon. But when Connor Raritan went down, they needed somebody to step up in a consistent manner, and that's been Aiden Chang. Very versatile skill set, too.
And he's used to the system. He's been with the program for 2 years, excuse me. He was part of the rotation last year, so you know what Coach Raritan expects out of Aiden Chang, and he is finding a way to step up this year as well, especially with Connor being out.
Koth outside, Capoletti. Capoletti shot fakes. Now goes into the lane, and Martin hangs in the air, forcing a bad shot from Chang. The putback is woefully short, and Augustana the board. It looks like right now Augustana is dominating under the basket and controlling the pace of this game.
It helps to have a 6'10" guy on your on the court for your team, especially in D3. Don't see too many of those.
No, you don't. Kicked out. A bell. 4 on the shot clock. Stripped. Bronick takes it away. Chang, bounce past Capoletti. Nice crossover down into the lane. Bronick underneath. Strong move off the glass and good.
Great positioning underneath by Bronick. He knew he had a smaller guy on him.
Offensive foul on a bell. Ran straight into the chest of Bronick. And how about the swat to boot by Tommy Koth?
Koth was going to take that and put it in the stands regardless. So great defense. Get back in transition by North Central. Obviously, Augie wants to run a little bit here in the early going, so you got to make sure you're back in transition as well. And it doesn't hurt to get an offensive charge once in a while.
Substitution will be made as the Augustana Vikings seem pretty intent on keeping Micah Martin fresh but not overused, which is probably a good strategy for a 6'10" freshman.
I think anytime you can get him in and out, kind of, offense and defensive transitions, substitution-wise, it'll be good for them.
And good for his knees.
And good for his knees, right.
Capoletti pulls up for 3. Back to a 4-point game, 16-12, 11, 15 to play first half.
I don't know if you noticed that, but Capoletti was really fired up after that 3. Bench was going pretty wild over there on the sideline. That might be the 3 that they need to spark this offense going and get back in this one.
Simon into the lane, looking around, finally finds Sortillo, and now 5 on the clock as Orange launches and splash bottom of the net, and the net is actually stuck up on the rim.
I was watching Orange during warm-ups. Hit 5 in a row from three-point line, so I'm not surprised that he was able to pull up from Steph Curry range and knock that one down.
He did it in rhythm, too.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
No worries about the shot clock whatsoever. That was a really nice, smooth stroke from Orange.
Chang turns the corner, down low. Bronick met under the hoop and cannot convert, but he will go to the free throw line for a pair.
Viking foul number 45, Jacob Johnston, his second.
Ray Giovanni might be my new favorite D3 coach. I don't know if you've been able to watch him on the sidelines, but he is hot.
I don't know who's more fiery. And right now I'm blanking on the name for some inexcusable reason, but the coach for Wheaton and the coach for Augustana, Gray Giovanni, those two guys, I don't know why they have a seat. They're always bouncing around. Always.
But at the same time, the team is taking after their captain, their coach. You've seen Augie been running around here, a lot of intensity early on. You just want to see if they can be able to keep that pressure and that intensity and that speed going through an entire game. Hopefully North Central could slow them down, tire them out as this game goes on.
Orange near side goes to Simon. Simon will pull up the jumper, hits it in front of Chambers.
A little bit of miscommunication by Chambers and Chang there, or Capoletti, excuse me. They were kind of ran into each other there trying to get over the pick.
Koth looked to pull, now has to go outside to Chambers. He's wide open. Instead goes to the hole. Off the left-handed shot, no good. Bronick's follow-up, too strong. Here comes Orange. Accelerator into the lane, scoops and scores. And a timeout called for North Central. Full timeout. We'll take a minute break with them. We'll be right back on NCTV 17.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 44, Alex Sorensen, and number 10, Jagger Anderson.
Welcome back to NCTV 17. The inbound is swatted away by Krishan Orange. We'll try that again. Inbounded Jagger Anderson. He's back into the game. Under 10 minutes to play, first half. Welcome back. Happy New Year, by the way. Kevin Jackman, Joe Olmo here on NCTV 17 inside Gregory Arena. Cardinals trail 23-12. Under the hoop, Alex Sorensen. Little hook shot's good. 5 points early on for the junior. Simon skips it down low. Dolmeyer working against the basket, and Sorensen able to convert. Every time it seems the Cardinals find an offensive flow, Augustana does something like that.
They're not letting the passing let North Central get easy passes, and the Cardinals are going to have to figure out a way to move the ball a little bit more efficiently. That's the problem right now for the Cardinals, is that Augie is just playing the passing lanes, getting easy transitions off steals. And if North Central can't find a way to move the ball efficiently, it's going to be a long night for them.
Chang double team sandwiched and fouled. That is the 7th team foul on Augustana. So Aiden Chang will be shooting a 1-and-1. And if you're wondering, the Cardinals have 6 team fouls. Chang's first, swipes the front of the rim before dropping.
Now it's a 10-point game, which seems to be a lot right now for the Cardinals to overcome, but you know, Augie is shooting 47.5% right now, so you don't expect them to be able to consistently shoot basically 50% for the rest of the game. So eventually they're going to go cold. It's going to be up to the Cardinals offense to find a way to get hot at the right time.
After knocking down a pair, Chang commits the foul on the defensive end, and now it's Augustana who will go to the line. Dylan Sortillo. As he claps excitedly, the fact that he gets to the charity stripe for a 1-and-1. First foul on Aiden Chang. Sortillo misses the front end, and it's pulled down by Sorensen. Here comes Anderson. Up and under move, and off the mark again. Anderson has found his way into the lane, but hasn't been able to convert thus far. Speaking of, how about that conversion on the offensive end? Brett Benning with the layup. Makes it an 11-point game once more. Nick Chambers against Sortillo.
You cannot pick up your dribble that high.
Pass deflected up in the air. Chang gets it right back. Backdoor cut, Capoletti off the glass and somehow finds a way to get it to drop.
The glass has not been friendly for the Cardinals early on, so good to see they get a nice little friendly bounce there that time.
7:45, first half of action. Backdoor underneath on the baseline. Into the lane. Benning again, had it stripped momentarily outside. Sortillo rims around, no good. Good box out from Nick Chambers underneath against the much bigger Benning. Outside Capoletti. Chambers, top with Chang. Cardinals have gone small here. That's tipped again. Capoletti will take the jumper, and it's going to be short. Pulled down by Abel. Races ahead of Anderson. Now Sortillo will try again, and he's off the mark again. The putback attempt is no good as well, and Capoletti will pick up the foul. And he draws the ire of Todd Reardon.
Yeah, he was late getting back on defense, and that allowed Benning to get to that rebound ahead of him. And if you just get a little piece of the arm, especially on right in front of the ref like that, nobody else there to see it, you're going to get called for it.
First is no good for Benning. And Augustana will substitute 10 in. Tommy Koth will come into the game and tag team Matt Capoletti back to the bench. We have not seen Erwin Henry for an extended period of time after the junior forward picked up his second personal foul. Splits a pair. It's a 10-point game, 28-18, 7 minutes to play first half. Augustana with the lead over the Cardinals inside Murner Fieldhouse. CCIW game, both teams 2-1 in conference, looking for an edge. Sorensen up and under, move! How about that one?
Yeah, he might be 6'10", but Sorensen definitely has the size advantage underneath.
And Sorensen will pick up the foul as he was battling with Martin under the basket. And now Martin will have to shoot a pair.
I think you need to let him play a little bit in that situation. Yeah, there was some bumping down low, but when you have two guys that are that tall and that physical, you gotta let them play a little bit, but I guess the refs are gonna play it pretty tight today.
Sorensen will take a seat with 6:39 to play in the first half as Martin takes the front end, and it's missed strong as Bronick almost lets it slip off the end line. Oh my. Anderson with it. Cardinals trail by 8. They have never led in this game. They had it tied momentarily at 2 apiece as Bronick slides to the basket. Little left-handed hook shot's good, and they pull within 6.
Yeah, nice patience there by Bronick to let his man go up. He finishes with the left, and now you got a 6-point ball game.
Benning pivots, and now finally goes outside to a Bell. Stops and pops and good. That's a pretty shot. It's not an easy one.
No.
Anderson gets the screen from Bronick. Spins into the lane and rejected on the attempt. And a foul behind the play. Cardinals wanted to keep them from getting out and running, and then trade in 2 free throws for it.
Bell is having himself quite a night already. 10 points, a couple assists so far. He's 5th in the CCIW in assists per game. So if he can start putting down some buckets, he's going to be a handful for the rest of this night.
Hits the first of 2 free throws. The Cardinals already in double bonus. (31-22), 5:48 to play first half. Pair of free throws, and it's once again a double-digit game, and the Cardinals can't seem to get over that hump. Jaquan Phipps comes out onto the floor. So Sorensen, Anderson, and Henry all on the bench, leaving just Chang and Chambers in the starting lineup, as Klossel also checks in as Phipps goes to the hole, and a foul called away from the play. Who goes to the line? Is it Phipps? Yes, sir.
Foul number 34, Brett Benning, his second.
Benning will pick up the foul. That's his second personal, and the team's 8th.
Jaquan Phipps to the line.
So Phipps checks in, not even 10 seconds ago, and he's already making an impact on the offensive end, drawing the foul.
Well, if you look at the lineup right now that's out there, you have 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the court right now. So there's not a single upperclassman on the court for the Cardinals. And, youth has to be served here in the last 5.5 minutes if North Central wants to make this a close game and keep it under double digits.
I guess you could say the only veteran would be Aiden Chang, considering he was a rotational player last year, but he didn't even play a lot. He played 10, 15 minutes per game.
Right.
8-point game. Benning drives, kicks, and ripped away by Tommy Koth. In transition, bounce past Phipps, he wasn't anticipating it, kicks it out. Chambers lines up a 3. Yes! 5-point game. The freshman knocks it through, his first basket of the night. And a three the other way. No, strong, and the rebound poked away off of Benning's hand and out of bounds.
Yeah, Joe Kellen there has hesitation. Chambers coming out, putting that hand up, really just kind of messed with his flow a little bit. That's why he overshot that ball. North Central looking to use a little bit more momentum here with that young lineup out there. Let's see if they can make this a one-possession game, maybe with a three.
Chang will handle the point guard duties. Finds Chambers. That's off of somebody's shoe.
Surprised that wasn't a kicking.
4:30 to play. Outside Orange. Orange drives, kicks, Sortillo stops and takes the jumper. Rims around, fips the board outside Chang. Cardinals trying to space the floor. Outside Chang. Goes off the glass, falling away.
Oh, that was pretty. Pretty nicely used the backboard there by Chang. Now you have yourself a 3-point game with under 4 to play in the first half. You got to wonder how long Coach Raridan stays with this young lineup, but right now it's working beautifully.
Orange will take the deep three and hits it again. Same spot, same situation, and he bails them out again and finally answers the Cardinals' run. Chang, quick cut. Now he's matched up against Orange. Screens for Phipps and another switch. Now to Chambers, outside Chang. And out of bounds, lost by the Cardinals. And now Matt Capoletti will check back in.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 30, Matt Capoletti.
And he'll get Chambers. Six-point game, 3:18 to play, first half.
Neither team really shooting the three ball fairly strong so far in this game. You know, Augie only 3 of 8, North Central 2 of 5, but 2 of those threes coming from Orange.
Underneath, Dolmeyer stops, and that'll be 3 in the key, or a travel, or how about both? Either way, it's Cardinal basketball.
That's turnover.
One referee was saying 3 in the key, the other one's going travel.
I'm calling travel, you're saying 3 in the key, so that makes sense as to why the refs couldn't get it together.
Tommy Koth gets a screen from Klossel. He's a little muddied at the top. Now Chang will drive, spins into the lane, blocked. Dolmeyer with the rejection ahead to Orange against Koth. And Koth with the foul. Fouled him with the body. Looked like it was clean up top, but a lot of contact below the waist.
That's exactly what I'd say, too. It looked like he got him good there up top, but bumping at the hip, you're going to get called for that every time. Now, Klossel, being a freshman, hasn't really gotten the minutes that he probably would like as a freshman. But again, you mentioned that in a Todd Raridan system, you're not going to get too many freshmen to get many minutes. A lot of freshmen getting some time right now, the way the upperclassmen have been playing. So maybe he was just a little excited out there. You could see that he wanted the ball, but he's got to really play his position and get Dolmeyer out of that area when you see Chang move into the basket.
I think a lot of people's gripe with today's way of playing basketball is, sure, there are screens, but nobody actually sets a screen anymore. It's more of a screen and slip or a screen and pop. Outside Chang, Phipps at the top. Capoletti changes directions outside again. Phipps turns the corner and rejected by Martin into the corner and out of play. That's that big body underneath that changes the whole way you play offense. 37-29, just 2:14 to go, first half of action.
And surprisingly, that's only the third block for Augustana, so it definitely does make you change directions when you're up in the air like that, but
Koth will take the shot with 2 seconds on the shot clock and gets the friendly shooter's roll. Cardinals up and over the 30 mark, 37-31 with under 2 to play. Krishawn Orange with the basketball. Sortillo, quiet first half for him. Not for Orange, he drives into the lane and a bad shot. Up and a foul, but no basket. As Wolford will go to the line to shoot 2. Jack Klossel picks up the foul. Cardinals seem just a step slow on defense. Would you say you're seeing the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe they're just the holiday break, you know, kind of getting some, trying to get your legs back after taking some time off, going down to Florida for the tournament. Now you're back home. Weather is really cold, so obviously muscles might be tensing up a little bit, but you're right. They are looking a little slow on the defensive side of the ball.
Phipps under the basket, converts for 2. Under 90 to play. Orange gets a screen, if you can call it that. Almost taken away. Capoletti stays down. Oh!
Bailout call. It looks like North Central has gone to kind of a matchup zone with the younger lineup, the smaller lineup. They're not really playing too tight man-to-man wise, kind of just slacking off to play the lane with the bigger bodies. And that's where you're seeing a lot of play inside in the paint by Augustana right now.
Capoletti picking up his 3rd personal foul, so he'll take a seat for a while. Nick Chambers back onto the floor. 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Now I have to ask you, Kevin, because you obviously call every game. You've been seeing this team all season long. Is this the longest that Coach Tyler Reardon has gone with this kind of lineup in a situation where you're down 7 with the minutes go in the first half?
It's the youngest I think I've ever seen the Cardinals play for an extended period of time. It ever means 7 years. Klossel to the hole, a little too far underneath, and he gets bailed out. Man, he got real deep.
I think he saw where he got the ball, he turned and took that one giant, hop there to get position and realized, I'm in trouble. And made a nice little head fake there, but you got to kind of finish underneath. You got to get yourself a 3-point play instead of just picking up 2 here.
Klossel rolls in the first. Here's another interesting case. Klossel doesn't appear for the first 9 games. As a freshman, he now enters the rotation and is a backup and making some key shots here down the stretch of the first half. 2 free throws, makes it a 5-point game. Sortillo comes around a couple of screens, now goes underneath to Dolmeyer, who works on Klossel. And the little jumper is good.
I think he got away with a little bit of travel there, too.
Yeah, not much Klossel could do there, could he? Well, about a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. I will say this, after 7 years of watching this team, 2-for-1 has never entered the vernacular of Cardinal basketball. Phipps works the baseline. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Koth has to float one up and converts on the baseline.
That's using every second of that shot clock.
Time expires, and Orange is just off the mark, and the first half has come to a close. 42-37 at the break. Tommy Koth with a couple of buzzer beaters with the shot clock winding down makes it a 5-point game, and we'll go to the second half with a real interesting ball game on our hands. We'll take a break on NCTV 17. We'll be back in about 15 minutes' time with Cardinal basketball. Second half is here. It's a 5-point game. Cardinals trail the Vikings. They've done so the entire 20-minute game. Only one tie, and that was when it was 2-2 in the first half. Welcome back to NCTV 17. Kevin Jackman, Joe Olmo. Production of Cardinal basketball. And it's a good one tonight. Augustana, North Central. A couple of key players that haven't played very well. Jagger Anderson for the Cardinals. Dylan Sortillo for Augustana, who has played well. Despite only 2 points, now making 4 is Aiden Chang. Makes it a 3-point game, but he's been a really steady presence on both ends of the floor for the Cardinals. 3 from straight away, no good. Pulled down by Tommy Koth, who starts the second half with the lead unit in place of Jagger Anderson.
I'd say it's off to a good start for the Cardinals. You get your first basket of the second half, then you get the first rebound of the second half, and you're off and running. So you got to use this momentum and make this a 1-point game or tie it up right here and really give Augie something to think about.
Sorensen will pick and pop. Rebound pulled down by Jacob Johnston. Abel, a big presence in that first half. 12 points, a game high. Krishawn Orange with 10. He's the only other Viking in double figures. Sortillo gets the offensive rebound that bounced a few times in the lane. Now it's into the hands of Orange, who drives. And he's stripped, and a foul on Tommy Koth.
Yeah, he got his hand across the arm there. Trying to go for the strip and go, but, got caught a little bit too much arm. And
they're going to call the foul on Nick Chambers instead of Koth.
Oh,
no, wait.
Nope.
Now they just changed it to Koth.
I think Koth is telling him, no, give that to me. Todd Raritan is giving it to the stripes.
You step into this arena, you better be prepared. Abel inbounds it to Orange. A fresh shot clock to work with for the Vikings. Orange in the corner, kicks it out. Sortillo an open 3, and he buries it. 6-point game.
That is a funky release by Sortillo. He gets up, and then he kind of just flicks the wrist on that 3-point shot. But it works, I guess, if it goes down.
Travel called on Erwin Henry, who did not play a majority of that first half. They need him if they want to win this basketball game to start producing. Krishawn Orange, near side Sortillo. I mentioned quiet first half for him. He's already gotten going here in the second half. The 3 off the mark. That's out of bounds, and they'll call it off of North Central. So Augie maintains possession. Cardinals come in 8-4. They were ranked to start the year. They were ranked in the last rankings, but have since fallen out, according to D3Hoops.com.
Yeah, that's despite a 2-1 record down in Florida at their last tournament, where they took down then 19 Wartburg. So interesting decision by D3 Hoops to drop them out of the top 25. So the Cardinals are going to have to come out here and impress in the second half.
UW Stevens Point handing the Cardinals a loss in their last game. That was the big culprit for dropping out of the rankings. Chang to the hole. Sorensen the rebound. Big bounce outside. Chang for 3. Make that Chambers. He misses, but Chang with the rebound. That's just a little early.
Yeah, you're just foreseeing everything that's about to happen. Can you still foresee a 3 for us?
I see a basket somewhere. With all the weaving, I don't know from who. Koth with it in his hands. Slips the screen. Chang make that Henry underneath. Basket good.
I almost want to say that Henry wanted to dunk that one, but a little misdirection with Martin being, 6'10". Kind of difficult to dunk on that one.
Abel looking for a man to dish it off to. It's Sortillo, and again knocks down the 3. He is really heated up in the last few minutes. 6 points here in the second half.
Well, you can see that there was a miscommunication between Chambers and Henry there. Chambers went down to take Henry's man, and Henry got caught in no man's land.
Chang with the chase down. Laying good for Johnston. And the Cardinals trail by 9 after coming out of the half trailing by 5, and they cut it down to 3. The offense seems very segmented. Not a lot of flow. Koth with a jumper, rattles it home.
Well, you have to take advantage of Augie looking to play the passing lanes. They're looking for those quick buckets in transition off of steals. You have to be crisp with your passes, and if you can get that kind of situation where they miss on the steal, you get an easy bucket, you have to make it.
Offensive foul, trying to clear some space in the lane. Orange hit the jumper, but it will not count. 15:58, second half of action. Cardinals trail by 7 against Augustana. Both teams unranked. Both teams hoping to soon be ranked once more.
Both teams shooting about 44% each. So right now, the big difference is the three-pointers. North Central only 2 of 7 from behind the arc. Augie 5 of 14. So those threes are making the difference so far.
And a foul on Augustana as Tommy Koth hit the deck hard. Lost the ball, scrambled to recover it.
And he's taking a minute to recover as well.
That's the second team foul on Augustana. Matt Capoletti has checked in. He has given it off to Erwin Henry. Aggressively to the hole, right-handed shot, no good. Sorensen fouled on his way to the basket. Holding him is Dolmeyer. And a nice job by Sorensen to find a crevice and exploit it. And that's the third team foul, and the third foul on Dolmeyer as well.
The box out works when you actually are, have your back turned, looking at the basket with your man on your hip, not when you have him face fronted, trying to guard him and you're holding on to him. So that's what happened with Dolmeyer there.
High off the glass, and Erwin Henry scores again. We're right back to our halftime deficit of 5.
A couple nice baskets from Henry, going strong to the rim.
Blocked by Koth, put back good. Wofford asking for a whistle as well, as he was drawing a lot of contact under the basket. 15 minutes and change. Cardinals trail by 7 against the Vikings. Swung out, Chang, down low, Sorensen. Palms the basketball, now double teamed, trying to escape it. Skip pass, Capoletti all alone, 3 ball, good. That's a 4-point game.
Yeah, that was huge. You get left alone like that, you better make that three-pointer.
And an over-the-back call on Dolmeyer, and that is his 4th. He went up and over the back of Sorensen. Whether or not Sorensen had position is to be questioned.
Yeah.
But the whistle blows, and the Cardinals have already drawn 4 team fouls against Augustana and have now put one of their biggest men on the bench.
I mentioned it early in the first half, the difference in the fouls. It was 5-2 at that time. Then they were able to kind of even it up. Obviously, North Central is looking to exploit Augie with, making them foul him.
Anderson
advantage.
to the hole, and he's fouled going to the rack by Martin. Aggression has picked up here in the second half.
A lot of it is going to the rim, attacking the way of the big men. It's first Dolmeyer, now it's going at Martin, which is going to pay off as long as you can make your free throws as well.
Anderson, not typically one of the best free throw shooters on this North Central team. Shot 48% last year.
Yeah, he's shooting 6-14 this year, just 62%. So.
Well, if the percentages hold true, he should knock down this one. The odds.
You are a fortune teller.
3-point game, 14:23 to play. Simon with it. Oh. Krishan Orange has made a big impact in this game. Screen from Martin outside. Wofford with it outside of Orange. Head Chang up in the air, goes down low. Martin, fall away jumper, home, rattles home.
Can't do much when Martin at 6'10" just creates that separation, a little slight move and underneath.
Chang will pop it from straight away. No, and the rebound almost whacked away by Sorensen. And Sorensen being told by the coaching staff, hey, get back there. You got to guard a 6'10" man. 54-49, 13:35 to play. Orange with the jumper. Karams into the hands of Wolford, and they'll reset. Boy, this should be a good finish tonight. Wolford a three. Oh boy, stepped right into it.
Henry was slow to rotate, didn't get his hand up in time, and Wolford just knocked it down. Felt real confident in that shot.
Sorensen spins, goes into the lane, and it's blocked by Martin. Sorensen a little out of control.
He got pushed a little bit there, but they're not going to call that when you're the size of Sorensen at 6'8".
Little jumper put in by Benning, and a timeout taken by North Central as Augustana blows the lead back up to 10. Full timeout. We'll take a minute break with them. We'll be right back here on NCTV 17.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your 50-50 raffle tickets out. Winning number tonight, 035597. That winning number again, 035597. Please report to the table at the entrance to Gregory Arena to claim your prize. Into the game for the Vikings, number 45, Jacob Johnston.
It's once more a 10-point game here on NCTV 17. Augustana had their lead all the way whittled down to 3. A few big shots later, and it's back up to 10.
And here's the crazy thing. Look at some stats real quick. This is how close this game really is. It's a 10-point game, but when you look at it, field goals made per attempted, 19 and 43, 20 and 43. So, I mean, only one field goal difference between the two. It's the free throws and the three-pointers that are making the difference in this game.
Henry left alone under the basket, and it's good. Augustana went to a 2-3 zone right there, and the Cardinals were baffled for about 28 of those 30 seconds before finding Henry for the basket. We'll see if Augustana goes back to it on their next defensive possession. 11:55, Simon with a couple of moves that Anderson doesn't bite on. Orange now drives baseline, kicks it across. 3, no good. Anderson the rebound. And the Cardinals have themselves a defensive stop. Anderson stops, drives, and kicks out to Sorensen. He's been quiet here in the second half. Henry drives, kicks. Sorensen a jumper from near the baseline. No good. Pulled down by Johnston. (59-51), 11:15 to play. Inside Gregory Arena, the home of the Cardinals. Martin blocked underneath by Sorensen. He battles for the rebound and pulls it down. Good fight under the basket.
Let's see if North Central can do something with that now, get the block and get some momentum going.
Anderson drives and fouled on the way up. Simon commits the foul.
Viking foul number 12.
That is the 6th Augustana foul in the second half. The Cardinals, meanwhile, have 1.
Jagger Anderson to the line. Shooting 2.
So now Anderson will shoot a pair. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Jack Bronick set to check in for NCC. And Augustana will substitute an entire 5-man unit out onto the floor. You don't see that very often in the men's game. You see it a lot for the North Central women's, but that's the style of offense they play.
I think it's just a way to give the Augie Stars a break here with just under 11 to play in the half. Up by 7. You still got a few playmakers out there for Augustana, so.
Well, Sortillo and Abel are both out there.
Coach
with this
Giovanni
unit.
Pretty confident in this second bunch here.
Erwin Henry almost mistimed his jump. Still came down with the rebound. Anderson a screen from Bronick. Mismatch underneath size-wise.
Yeah.
Capoletti looking there.
One player you're not seeing out there for Augie is Dolmeyer. He's got 4 fouls.
Travel on Bronick. He kept backing up even though he picked up his dribble.
Could not capitalize on that mismatch.
So after Augustana went to that 2-3 zone, they're right back to man-to-man.
I think they realized that if they kept playing that 2-3, Cardinals were going to get some easy buckets underneath. And you have a 7-point lead. You don't want to let the Cardinals get back in it.
10 minutes to play, second half, 59-52 your score. Nice move, Sortillo bounces into the lane and rolls it in.
He put Chang on some skates there. A nice move by Sortillo. And that's what happens when you get a shooter to be able to pop out from 3-point line. Nice little pump fake.
Bronick rolls to the basket and cannot convert. A nice cut by the big man, and now he's lost behind the play. Cardinals play down a man, and Bronick blocks it, but it's a foul on Henry before. That's his 3rd personal and the 2nd on the Cardinals.
I think he got hit in the face, too, by an elbow or something when he went up.
Nick Chambers hasn't appeared here in the second half. Alex Sorensen has had a quiet half. Tommy Koth and Sorensen will both check in. Anderson and Bronick will come out. Ten-point game once more. Make it 11. Chang straight away. Cardinals blanketed by the Vikings on this possession. And it's a steal for Sortillo as he leads the break. A little hesitation move, now a little pop in the lane. Sorensen the rebound, rips it away. Almost took it coast to coast. Henry drives and fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
I think North Central is going to have to do a little bit more of that right there. Get out in transition, speed up the game a little bit. Cardinals offense is a little stagnant right now, allowing Augustana to just really suffocate them from the second they get over the half-court line. So you really need to find a way to speed up the offense, get them moving side to side instead of coming right out at you, and you'll have a better chance of putting some buckets in right now. You need to find a way to capitalize in transition as well.
It's not typically the style of offense that Todd Raridan likes to run.
No, it's not.
But it seems to be the most effective against this Viking defense.
You need to kind of, shy away from what you're used to when it's not working. Got to find something different. We talked about in the first half. they went to a very young lineup, and it worked. You don't see that very often, but it worked. So now Cardinals need to find something offensively to get them going, and maybe it's just speed it up a little bit.
I agree. Shot in the lane converted by Wolford. He had nowhere to go with the basketball but up, so up he went, and 2 points for him.
Well, Wolford is also 6'4", so being against Henry, I think he was a little bit smaller than him, 6'2". That's going to be a disadvantage for Henry.
Kick out. Capoletti will take the three from the wing. Rims around. Erwin Henry, the offensive board. One move, cuts the basket off the glass, but a foul.
And you like to see Henry continue to attack the rim like that. Draw the foul, get to the line. Nice offensive rebound. You haven't seen too many of those right now from North Central in the second half.
Henry knocks down the first. 10-point game again, 8 minutes to play. Would like to remind you that come Saturday, it's North Park visiting for a doubleheader. The women's game at 5, the men's game soon to follow. Should be around 7:30. As Henry drains a pair, and it's a 9-point game. Dolmeyer will check back in with 4 personal fouls. By the way, Augustana now with 18 fouls, so the Cardinals are shooting free throws the rest of the way, and there's still 8 minutes to play in this game. NCC, meanwhile, has only 2 team fouls. And almost 3 right there.
Well, you like to see them pick up full court, get Augustana to get out of rhythm a little bit on offense, but now you got to play some defense as well.
That they do. Capoletti the rebound after the miss. They get a stop. Can they convert into an offensive drive? Henry aggressive to the rim, and he picks up a foul. That's on Abel. That's Nolan Abel, the foul. The sophomore from Denver, his third. And Henry should just plants himself right there.
He took a shoulder tackle. He got knocked over by a freight train in Henry.
Ooh. Lid on the basket for that one. I have to say, Erwin Henry, his shot looks way more natural this year than it has the last 2. When he came in, it was almost as if he was like breaking down his shot while shooting. It was just very compartmentalized, and now it's just nice and fluid. And his shooting percentages across the board are much better than they have been in the past. 35% from the three-point line. And he's also improved his free throw percentage this year, up to 73%. Orange, as Nick Chambers checks in, he's on orange. Dish off, and that's Abel blocked by Koth. Almost taken away, still loose, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Orange will take the 3 from the wing. No good. Offensive board, Dolmeyer blocked from behind, but a foul called.
You gotta get to the loose balls when they're there. You can't just let the ball just go right back to Augie. If you want to get back in this game, you gotta be quick to the ball. Stay down, because you know that they're gonna continue this pump fake. It's been working all game for them. Stay down on the pump fake. Make them drive if you have to, but make them do something other than what's been working clearly with that pump fake.
Dolmeyer misses his first. Alex Sorensen picking up the foul. That's his third. The team's third as well. .12 to play. Dolmeyer misses 2, and Erwin Henry skies for the rebound. Henry to the rack.
Nice little jab step there by the lefty. Going to the right side. Henry is feeling it. Cardinals fired up. We'll see what they got with the 6:47 left in the second half.
65-59. The emergence of Erwin Henry in the second half begs the question, where was he in the first?
On the bench.
And it was on the bench. He had 2 personal fouls. And I think Coach Todd Reardon understands that if Erwin Henry goes out early, especially in the absence of Connor Reardon, odds are you're probably doomed. So he rode the bench in the first half, and he has emerged here in the second and has played huge down the stretch.
Yeah, he had no points in that first half. 13 right now in the second half. Clearly leading the way right now for the Cardinals. So for him to just turn it completely around and lead this offense, and he's doing it on the glass and on the defensive side as well. There was a huge rebound off the missed free throw to get into your offense, get yourself that opportunity to score. Now you have yourself a 6-point game. You know, North Central is not going away easily. And if you could just make a couple more buckets here and hold them defensively, you still have plenty of time to get back in this.
You want to talk about not going away easily? How about that double overtime game against Wartburg? End of regulation, Aiden Chang, a 3. That sent it to overtime. They're trailing by 3. 1 second left in overtime. Jagger Anderson, you betcha, 3. Double OT, with the Cardinals race out to a 6-0 lead, and they took that game. They never trailed again, winning 94-91. That is the kind of team this is. They will not go away. And they hope to not go away tonight either. Erwin Henry certainly won't. And in that game, he scored 23 points, pulling down 13 rebounds. Similar effort tonight. Johnston on the block against Henry. Henry straight up, forcing a shot. Not a pretty one, but it goes in.
Again, size advantage for Johnston being 6'5" against Erwin Henry at 6'2". He's using his size advantage underneath. You're going to have to help out a little bit from there.
Henry. Oh!
That's a jump ball. That's not
That looked like a jump ball to me. That's one where you might just have to bite your tongue on.
I don't think Todd's going to do that.
Yeah, 67-59. I mean, it would be Augustana's ball anyways if it would have been a jump ball, but the possession error also would have switched.
Right.
In and out, no good. Abell able to get his own rebound.
And yeah, Henry not happy with his teammates after letting that ball go.
Under 6 to go in this game. 67-59. Abell outside. Johnston makes a cut into the lane. Scores again. How many times have I said this tonight? Back to a 10-point game.
Quite a few.
We've been hovering around this line the entire night. The Cardinals have cut it down to 3 on a few occasions, but no closer than that.
It's basically turned into Erwin Henry versus Johnston. Sorensen wants to
sprinkle in a little Sorensen while you're at it.
But I mean, up until that point, it had been Jacob Johnston versus Erwin Henry. That's a travel.
There is a travel called on Augustana. Dolmeyer committing the traveling violation. 69-61, 5:07 to play.
Looks like Augie's going to play a little full court press here. Might just be a little bit of a...
That's a bit of a decoy.
Yeah. Kind of push the tempo a little bit, which is fine with North Central. I think you need to push the tempo. If you're a Cardinals offense, you need to find a way to not let Augie's defense that's been hovering all over tonight get all over them.
Sorensen kicks out to Koth. Kicks back out to Sorensen. You know who's been quiet is Nick Chambers in this second half. Henry will take a high arcing 3. Long rebound and a big collision, and it's out of bounds off of Augustana.
I think Henry got lucky that he didn't get called for that foul.
He was going for the basketball and got hit from behind. I don't think he had any, he didn't impede Orange from getting to the basketball.
No, but when he did get him with the body afterwards, and that's the fact is that, you know, Orange was the first one to that ball that could have been called for, you know, a loose ball foul. But it wasn't. Cardinals get the ball back, and you're still in this with 4.5 to play, down 8.
Asking for a towel to wipe up some sweat from the floor is Michael Hoekstra checks into the game for the first time.
You know you said that a couple guys have been, for North Central, have had a quiet second half. Quiet second half for Augie has been from Nolan Ebel. He was lights out in that first half. You haven't called his name much in the second half, and that's a good thing if you're the Cardinals fans.
Aiden Chang with it. Goes to Nick Chambers' way. Henry leaves it for Matt Koth. Spins into the lane, dumps it off. Sorensen pivots into the lane. No. So almost taken away by Henry. Instead, Sortillo comes up, pushed ahead by Orange, and a foul from behind on Chambers.
Have to convert when you're underneath like that. When you have a wide open look. Can't get a little too nervous on the touch there underneath. You have to make those kind of little bunnies.
4:08. Hoekstra gets the inbound, gives off to Sortillo. Still 69-61. Abel with it near side, gets a screen. Drives, kicks, Orange. Stutter steps, pump fakes. Shot strong. Aiden Chang the rebound. Erwin Henry lost his dribble. Taken away. Foul called on North Central. Orange will go to the line.
Now, I'm all for pushing the tempo, but you have to do it with control. You have to know where you're going with that ball before you keep moving. And Henry just kind of got lost in transition there. Wasn't sure what he wanted to do with that ball and just lost his dribble and turnover, turning into free throws.
Erwin Henry will come off the floor in exchange for Jaquan Phipps. (70-61). Make it, nope, 70-61. That's a foul on Hoekstra. So shooting will be Jaquan Phipps on the other end because the Cardinals are now in double bonus.
Viking foul number 52, Michael Hoekstra, his first.
This could be huge in the final 3:33. Or as Pat Foley says it,
He's waiting for that.
tree.
He's waiting for that one.
Shooting two.
You know they're down by 3 threes. Trees. With tree left in this game. That was bad.
Phipps can't hit it. That was
sorry. I apologize, Pat Foley. You do a great job on the Blackhawks broadcast, but I don't do a good job here in North Central.
checking out will be Hoekstra. No comment. Phipps misses the first. Here comes the second from the sophomore guard from Lyons Township.
North Central has 3 timeouts left.
This is true.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 10, Jagger Anderson.
Jagger Anderson will check back in. Matt Koth to the bench. Erwin Henry back out onto the floor. Orange gets it. Past the timeline. Underneath, big bunny hop into the lane. Left-handed shot good for Johnston. Johnston has been a Cardinal killer here in the second half. 6 points, but they've been when the Cardinals have been sagging on defense.
Yeah, 22 minutes for Johnston. A lot of it coming in the second half here. And
Phipps, foul going up, and it's Johnston committing the foul.
Viking foul number 45, Jacob Johnson.
Nice slip to the basket by Phipps and a good find.
Jaquan Phipps to the line, shooting two.
Jaquan Phipps only 63% from the free throw line, so needs to find a way to knock it down a pair here. Give yourself a chance still with 3 minutes left.
Still 3:03 remaining on that clock here inside Gregory Arena. A pair of teams that are 2-1 in conference play. The Vikings 9-3 overall, the Cardinals 8-4. As Phipps does convert on a pair of free throws. Plenty of time left in this one as Anderson goes with a strip. Can't get it. And Abel able to get it across to Orange. Orange nearly gets it taken away by Phipps. And the Cardinals scramble to get back to their man-to-man defense. Drive, kick underneath to Johnson. Left-handed hook shot again. Gets it to drop, and he is absolutely on fire under the basket. Chambers doesn't pull the shot. Didn't have enough space. Erwin Henry hands off to Chang. Drives, left hand. High off the glass, no good. Henry battling for the board, make that Jaquan Phipps, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Wolford.
Now, there's still plenty of time. There's a lot of time left in this game at 2:26. But you'd like to see, especially for Chang, to pull up there and hit that three. He had a wide open look, chose to go to the rim. Obviously, has a much more contested shot and throws up a really bad shot in the making. You want to see him just go ahead and pull that three like he's doing right here.
Yeah. Skips off the backboard. Well, he had the right idea.
Yeah. I'll take that idea. It was the right idea to shoot that just a little strong.
Johnston from the baseline. And the rebound pulled down by Augustana. Wolford, the offensive board. Officially under 2 to play in this game. 74-64. And a foul on Chambers. He got Orange with the elbow. And Orange will go to the line, I believe, for a 1-and-1. Or is this on the floor? No free throws. Johnson with it. Right-handed hook shot left short. Cardinals are thinking it's about time.
Yeah, Sorensen coming up limping on that one.
Chambers a three, short off the front of the iron. Last touch by Capoletti out of bounds. A minute 28 to play, and the Cardinals now, I think, coming to the realization that they're running out of time. And yeah, Sorensen looks a bit gimpy.
I think Johnson stepped on him coming down, and Sorensen kind of just rolled that ankle a little bit.
Phipps checks in for him. Inbounded to Sortillo. Thrown across to Abel. And they're content in trying to waste as much clock as they can on this possession. Orange gets nearly stripped, and now a foul called on Tommy Koth.
Cardinal foul number 2, Tommy Koth, is third.
And now it's a 1-and-1.
Well, now you have to start fouling with only a minute 14 left in this game, down 10. You have to get them on the line, hope that they start missing some free throws, and find a way to convert on the other end. And have to start bombing away, I'd say, from three-point line if you want to get back in this with not much time left in this game.
Orange with a 1-and-1. Knocks down the front end. A reminder, Saturday at 5 kicks off a doubleheader. North Park comes to town to take on the Cardinals. The women's team takes on the Vikings at 5. The men's team shortly to follow. Should be around 7:30, and it's right here on NCTV 17. Cardinals trail by 12. Minute 8 to play. Koth jacks up a three and splash, bottom of the net, 9-point game. Timeout taken North Central, minute 4 to go. That's the strategy. Hack and jack.
We've seen weirder things happen with a minute 6 left in a ball game. So, you're down 9. You have the shooters to do it. You just have to start hitting the shots. Start fouling when you need to. Get the right guys on the free throw line. Hope that they miss a couple. You still have 3 fouls to give before you're in the double 2 fouls to give before you're in the double bonus. So, for North Central, they need to, again, like I said, just hack and jack and find a way to put down some three-point shots here with, again, a minute 6 left in the game.
The good news is that you have 1-and-1s coming for the next 2 fouls. After that, an automatic 2. But you mentioned this early on, the three-point shot just simply wasn't effective for the Cardinals tonight. Only 4 makes on the night, 1 for Chambers, 1 for Koth, 2 for Capoletti, but that's it. Orange fouled by Chambers. That should be his 4th, I believe. The team's 8th. They need Chambers in this game because he represents arguably their best three-point shooter. And it's Orange back to the line for the 1-and-1. Cardinals really need a miss here. Don't get it.
Orange now 6 of 7 from the free throw line, so he clearly doesn't miss much.
Or at least tonight. Sortillo to the bench. Vikings lead by 11.
1 minute remaining in regulation time.
Koth drives and off the glass, and it's way too strong. Orange the rebound, and he's fouled by Chambers, who then fouls out.
I don't think Koth realized that he was going to have a wide open lane to the bucket there, and kind of just got caught in the air with nowhere to go and threw up a bad shot. Of course, Augustana is going to let that allow you to have a 2-point shot when you need a 3. So that's just a underclassman mistake right there by Tommy Koth. You need to get 3s when you can. Even if you miss them, you have to attempt them, because right now you're down by too much. 2s aren't going to do it.
Orange back to the line for 2. Make it a 1-and-1. Hits again. So those 2 threes early set the table for the quick lead by the Vikings, and now his free throws late look to try and seal the deal. Sortillo returns. The Cardinals on the floor right now. Capoletti, Koth, Chang, Phipps, and Sorensen. Koth will kick to Capoletti. Tries to square up a 3, doesn't have the space to do it. Koth drives, left-handed layup is good. Cardinals try and trap, and that's not a good idea as Sortillo quickly finds Abel, who gets out of it, and now he'll shoot 2.
Roland Eagle to the line shooting 2.
(81-69).
In the game for the Vikings, number 12, David Simon. Number 23, David Shatner.
And Augustana will sub out its starters, including Orange and Sortillo.
And they cleared the bench. They got all the end of the line guys, and it looks like North Central is going to do the same.
In the game for the Cardinals, number 42, Danny Thomas.
Sign of concession. 82-69, 38 seconds left. So in comes Jeremy Ireland, Thomas Walsh. Jaquan Phipps remains on the floor. Clint Kohler into the game, as well as Danny Thomas. Kohler with the drive in the basketball right now, picks up his dribble and goes to Thomas. Thomas a screen from Walsh. Kicks it out to Kohler, trying to find a shot. Fall away jumper, good.
Clint Kohler.
And Augustana should be able to run out the clock if they decide to do so, and they will. They will not. Walsh the rebound. Ireland will allow time to expire, and Augustana comes into Gregory Arena and emerges with an 82-71 win over the Cardinals to improve to 3-1 in conference play. The Cardinals subsequently drop to 2-2 in the CCIW. and dropped to 8-5 overall. Tough to win without one of your best players. The Cardinals have been playing without Connor Reardon for a while, and it really showed tonight. The lack of size and the lack of a second true scorer come back to haunt them.
And it didn't help that Sorensen really couldn't find his rhythm offensively, didn't really get a shot outside of the paint. I mean, we know that Sorensen can shoot that three. He never really got a chance to do so in this game. Give credit to Augie for coming in here and just suffocating defense overall, not really giving North Central much options, as you said, without Connor Reardon in the lineup.
Erwin Henry leading the North Central scorers with 13 points, 4 of 8 shooting, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds. He was the Cardinals' top performer. Tommy Koth, the second leading scorer, 11 points, 5 of 7 shooting, including that late three. Matt Capoletti, the only other scorer in double figures with 10. For Augustana, a trio of players at the top. Orange with 17, Abel with 16, Sortillo with 12. And they're flanked by Johnston and Wolford, 11 apiece to the two forwards.
Johnston was a big part of Augustana midway through that second half. He really took over using his size advantage. Erwin Henry had a phenomenal second half, but the size difference on the defensive side of the ball just really came back to haunt him. That 3 inches and a few pounds difference makes a difference underneath for Johnston to really set the table for Augustana to finish out this game.
That'll do it for us. We'll sign off from Gregory Arena. Cardinals lose 82-71 to the Vikings from Augustana. Up next, North Park, a different Viking will come here into Gregory Arena for a test. A doubleheader on Saturday. It begins at 5 for the women's game. The men's game to follow should be around 7:30. Until then, I'm Kevin Jackman alongside Joel Olmo. We'll see you Saturday night right here from the campus of North Central College.